Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Paladins Masters Qualifiers. My name is Rene. That's Hi-Rez. Pretty hair. It's time to get back into the action. We've had set one. It went very well for Astral Authority. AGG put up a big fight on Serpent Beach, but kind of less and less as we progressed into the set. Dosum's picking up 2 quadra kills on Jaguar Falls. And now it's time to get into set number 2 of the day. That will be Eager versus Panda Global.
Yeah, I think that last set just speaks a little bit to Astral Authority's versatility. When you bring out something like a Tyra that frankly, no one else is playing at all. I mean, we saw D69 pull it out once as like a style pick, but that kind of gives them the element of surprise, catches teams a little bit off guard. And how do you deal with it, right? If they're not scrimming with it, if Dosum's just pulling it out, what do you do?
I don't know. And of course, the reason I think he had such a high success rate, more so than other Tyras that we've seen, other weekends that he's done well. 2 quadra kills. I mean, that's not a coincidence considering the fact that he knew the Colossal chest was 33% off this weekend. And he also knew that he could get the Baroness Tyra skin in that and put 2 and 2 together. 2 and 2 equals 4. That's a quadra kill for Dosums, if you know what I mean.
2 quadra kills, 4 dry bear,
double down. And if you want to double down, then I guess this weekend you could play Paladins on your way to getting some extra stuff, and you get 2 XP coming in strong here. Twice the amount of XP for your champion masteries. Some extra chest, Nick. Sounds good. Looks good. Sounds good.
Stuff. Look good. Feel good. You're going to like the way you look.
You're going to like the way you look, kid.
We guarantee it.
I promise you.
All right.
Ready for the maps.
Over to the maps. See where this series will unfold between Eager and Panda Global. Panda Global yet to find a win. Eager looking for their second. They went 1-1 last week, as did AGG. Both of those teams beating Panda Global, but falling to Astral Authority. Stone Keep will be the selection for game number 1.
I like Stone Keep. It's reminiscent
I want
of...
to see some Timbermill, man. We haven't seen Timbermill in like
I hate Timbermill, personally.
Forever.
I'm not a fan of Timbermill. Great map. I just don't like playing on it personally.
You got ganked by that ruckus who like pulled Master Riding 3 and Hex-fired you in the back of the head. With a Kinessa. No, that was a scarring moment, but that's not why I don't like it. I just don't normally perform well on that map. So I can see why teams stay away from it. It's very like, you know, some people love it, some people don't. Well, I can't do it, no one can.
And I personally, you know, though we see how Kinessa plays, I think it's been a little tried, and people aren't really excited about it too, especially when there's more even maps you can play on now. I think that teams consider just straight even, considering Stone Keep's been added, and now you have Jaguar Falls, you have Serpent Beach, you have Frog Isle, which is gives some advantages.
People are
but
learning that like it used to be like, oh, Kinessa or Timbermill, right? But then they figured out it was more like a draft thing. It was like we would always like focus on the draft and not really even the map. When it was Timbermill, we were like, all right, it's Kinessa draft time, and then like people are thinking, well, if you draft well around Kinessa, you can make her work on a lot of different maps. So we just saw Timbermill just go away entirely.
And that's important to look at. Getting into this draft, you see kind of a heavy frontline thing. Panda Global looks to me like they're going for more of the pseudo-healer, damage dealer Grok with this lineup, the Barrack Makoa, and they're going to flex their healing at the end. Whereas Eager, right now, they've got the opportunity with Ying to go into, like I thought, the Victor, which stolzey basically wrapped the game up, I believe it was versus AGG last time, and got almost a pentakill at the very end of this one.
On this map as well.
Yep, on this map. So
just so much damage to contend with the field study combination with the Victor. This is going to be so interesting when we get to the Paladins Masters lane, watching NA versus EU, because they don't even want each other's picks. Right?
I know.
So everyone's going to get everything that they want, and we're just going to see who's better.
And so far, I mean, to be truthful, EU has had the better showing thus far, and that's why NA, everything is like up in the air. All these teams switch, Nick.
And then we got Abyss.
That's right. That's right.
Abyss coming from down under.
That's
Nobody knows what they're bringing out.
And they perform better than everybody else's protection. I mean, quadra kill on Grover. That's what Abyss.
No one's playing Eevee. I mean, Josh Kent. I don't think he's been letting his Eevee skills get dull down there.
I hope not. He's gonna have to play usually, I guess, in about a little over a month.
I always just wake up to Snapchats from Josh Kent. And I'm
really?
Just like, I can't get.
I got one.
I check him and I'm just like, what time? Where are you?
You like to Snapchat while you're,
He's like
you know,
waking
with your
up,
buddy.
I'm like about to go to bed.
Oh man, you can't get the response tab. You can't get the reply, bro.
Nah, the conversation struggles to flow. But anyway, Desert Shadow, the withdrawal stealth for Z1 Unknown, despite there being no flankers for Eager. Smidgen will be running Ripen Gourd on Maldamba, Maelstrom for Tooney's Grok. Cacanuck's taking Fortify on his Barrack. tinyFetus gets Pluck for Makoa.
Wi-Fi will be on Torvald. He'll be playing Field Study. Fusillade, Drogos actually for stolzey. Bitey will be on Victor this time. ShadeeyShades on the Cassie with Exaction. And Awry will play Lifelike Ying. Cauterize, Wrecker on the board. Master Riding for Cacanuck. Great pickup, I think, for the Barrack. He's not going to go to the point, though. He will go up onto the upper Raptors here. First blood already onto Bitey after a really strong hook. Comes out and just wrecks him.
Frankly, I think it would have been smarter to save that first protection for whoever potentially got hooked. Until you know the hook's down, I would like to see Wi-Fi save that cooldown a little bit. ShadeeyShades, though, gets rolling into the back line. This guy's been so clutch for Eager over the weeks, playing a lot of different stuff. Whatever they need from him, he can bring it out. Old school Cassie fan is able to bring it out. 2 clutch kills to, frankly, swing the team fight back in Eager's favor. They were going to lose that
He's missed
if they didn't pull it off right then and there.
Absolutely, and I mean, I guess you just see how well Eager won that fight because, you know, ShadeeyShades missed a couple of really big opportunities. He delayed that kill onto Makoa for quite a long time. It ended up working in their favor, but if he didn't get it, would have been very dangerous. No bonus damage off the disengage this time, but definitely gets an extra 500 and gets Maldab a little lower, forces some cooldowns, and we're still following along with ShadeeyShades. Got his ultimate, he just gets the vision. Nice roll onto Cacanuck, and then able to keep firing off with the blast shot. stolzey finds one with Dragon Punch, and man, ShadeeyShades and stolzey just keeping them looking left and right, and Eager all the while capture the objective.
Bitey fairly quiet on the Victor thus far, but his other carries, they have so many characters to win this team fight. Cassie can do it, Victor can do it, Drogos can do it. You have to shut them all down. And when you're focusing one, the other two are just going to be doing their thing. The rest of the important members of your squad, another fire spit over the top for stolzey on a 3-streak, 37% on the Dragon Punch.
That's a very important thing. I actually didn't know Cassie could clear that space that way with the roll. And that just might raise my thought process of Cassie on this map a little bit. She can go up in viability here, considering she can get to the upper Raptor and then be right back down onto the low ground, either retreating or advancing onto someone who's using it to kind of peek, poke, and not want to deal with her up close. So very, very good stuff by ShadeeyShades. And he continues on the left side to just pressure out with stolzey. A lot of these shields, picking up Wrecker 2 already. Making sure Barrack doesn't have a lot of uptime before he starts to get dangerous.
This healing from Ying, though, it's keeping everyone from Panda Global very healthy. It's just so tough to break this base in particular. So much high ground for the enemy, so many angles for them to play. Very difficult for you to break. But nice pickup. tinyFetus does go down. Bitey has the visor here. Everybody's looking at ShadeeyShades right now. He goes for the grenade and just elects to left click instead of the surprise barrage. So he will fall down. Team Eager trying to keep it going here. Here's a Dragon Punch. They are unrelenting force. There's a protection to keep stolzey safe after the Dragon Punch. He does get hooked back in and punished by tinyFetus.
So just looking at that, I could see that that was the right idea. It was the timing was off. Bitey went in before that payload started to push through the corridor, and it meant that everyone could turn to the left and all shoot at Bitey without any pressure from Eager coming out from the center corridor. And the second then Eager see Bitey go down, they start to push. stolzey goes in the Dragon Punch, and now he's a little bit exposed because they don't have the Victor damage to back it off, and they can all focus on stolzey. So it was just great ideas, great synergy, just not the right execution and timing for that to work.
Barrage still good to go here, as well as the Hyper Beam. Dragon Punch is actually almost ready as well, 40%. Already back on that after just one short life. Goes for the surprise plant. It's even known he's able to get one, but Bitey cleans up the C1 for it. Smidgen does punish it. Big quad fire spit, another one over the top. He's gonna get one, gets the Dragon Punch charged as well. Isn't gonna go into it just yet. Hits the reload here, throwing rockets into the retreating members of Panda Global. Will finally trade out his life. Wi-Fi is gonna be here to start the overtime, but it's just 2.
And the unfortunate part is that Wi-Fi here, he's got a great ultimate available, but he's going to be able to use it considering he's only at 620 health. He falls. No shielding left to save him. Bitey will fall as well. Overtime is here, and this will be a solid hold by Panda Global. So far, so good for a team that's in desperate need of a win.
Pretty free triple kill at the end there for Z1. Under no pressure, just free firing. Got a nice kill off the hook as well. 5 ultimates ready to go for Panda Global in this round. 5 ultimates ready to go for Team Eager as well. Item choices starting to flesh out. Record 2s online for both Shadey and stolzey. Cauterized 2s online for both Bitey and Awry. Only one Cauterized 2 for Tooney. That, albeit, I think that is the best member to have it grok the way his beam works. Every tick of that will apply the Cauterize. He can give it to everyone on Eager, and especially the target that they're trying to focus down. But definitely going to come down to ultimate usage here. Who comes out on top? Look out for Z1 Unknown. The Heat Haze could be big. He has to be the one to go big for his team. He's kind of the one guy that has the damage to drive the team fight home for Eager, or for Panda Global.
They don't want to take this fight up top, and I actually agree with that, because with the Dread Serpent, they have to assume that that's available. I think they win that fight very, very handily, like they did before. They've got the hook, they've got the entire ultimate that would just fear everyone on the side of Eager. So they group up a little bit. They actually group away. Bitey takes some damage, actually cancels the ultimate as a result of the impale, which is great. Stays 40% though, and ShadeeyShades still gets a kill, which is good for Eager.
Smidgen on top, keeping his teammates healed. 33% for Eager, but no one's taking a convincing win here, and that Desert Shadow is going to keep Z1 Unknown hidden as he retreats. He finds Smidgen. Around the corner comes the Dragon Punch, looking for a tank. It's going to find Makoa. tinyFetus just got back to the point. He's already got to make the trek again. Fire Spit unfortunately collides with the top of the door. It would have taken Smidgen out, but that'll do.
Did not see him there as well. Smidgen just doesn't know stolzey's behind him and gets popped in the back. So you want to know, find ShadeeyShades finally, but stolzey and him keep alternating, going on streaks. ShadeeyShades first, and then stolzey seems to clean up after they finally deal with him. Z1 has a tall task to affect both. There's the Ancient Rage coming in from tinyFetus. There is also the Dread Serpent. Can Panda find a kill off of this? They're gonna need one, but they haven't dealt with stolzey. Bitey does go down thanks to Z1, and if he can turn his attention to the Dragon now, they may just have a chance.
Oh, that's gonna be a clutch hook here. They need to take stolzey out because he's almost got the Dragon Punch again. Tooney's about to catch these hands one more time. It looks like it's gonna be Barrack this time around, and Cacanuck bites the dust. This Drogos gets his third ultimate of the game off. Fourth.
Double kill as well. He's just been racking up the morale boost charge and doesn't even have the item, just basically doing so well. That ultimate is basically charging up off of the insane amount of damage that stolzey is doing now. So 2 minutes and actually 12 seconds left. It's time for Eager to continue this push. Panda Global got to change things up.
Rounding the first corner here. Not looking like they're going to hold aggressively here. Panda Global already backed up into their base. Setting up those defensive positions. Very important to do. tinyFetus is actually chasing this kill down though, but the 40% damage amp from Torvald is going to allow ShadeeyShades to peel that Torvald off very quickly. A lot of damage comes out on a Smidgen. They're all actually very poked out. Panda Global's in a rough spot here.
ShadeeyShades looking good on this Cassie right now. She's using the angles of Stone Keep very, very well. Not a big pick we see on Stone Keep being Cassie. The blast shot finds a lot of value, hits several, and definitely pokes out Shaolin when he's in the Desert Shadow withdraw, giving him the extra stealth there. Finally pulled is ShadeeyShades, but he takes care of tinyFetus after that. Big mistake by the Turtle. Disengaged, no damage follow-up. The Ghost Walk will save him, but not enough for the blast shot. This could be a 3-1 push here.
A lot of time. Barrack actually dead before he can get off the high ground. Eager find the conversion. ShadeeyShades, I mean, he's a good player, but he's whipping out this Cassie that frankly is another off-meta pick, and just North America continuing to surprise with what they are able to get away with.
Yeah, Cassie, you know, very strong champion and has a lot of mobility with incitement. She doesn't lose that.
Sleeper.
I think she's always been a little bit of a sleeper, right? And this is a very good demonstration of not only Cassie, but Cassie on this map, which we don't typically see. I also like to mention Panda Global with this draft. Last week we saw them bring out a lot of Pip and a lot of Ruckus. They don't have those two champions at all, and they've instead gone with the kind of the Grok, the Makoa. I'm not sure that that's actually paying off for them, actually. Maelstrom Grok maybe falling a little bit out of favor in North America as being like that have-to pick.
It's still highly prioritized in Europe, who just seem like they're a little bit better at pulling off these point stack compositions, right? Where they're not afraid. They take every percent of capture that they feel they can get away with. North America, they take the two tanks, but they don't ever, it doesn't ever feel the same as when the Europeans run it.
Yeah, it's a little bit more open, right? It's a little bit more of like a pub yard brawl rather than a kind of highly executed chess match, which I think is typical of European, a lot of things, a lot of European sports, but most importantly, European Paladins esports. Z1 Unknown and Tooney finally getting some kills, shutting me up, saying this is going to work for us. And if any time it's going to work, it's got to be now. They're down 3-1, finally have a little bit of capture percentage, but it's only 3 in comparison to 36 coming out. Bitey with a huge grenade and barrage combo, and he's got more grenades to follow up.
I've actually never seen that combo. I've never seen somebody do that.
Bitey's
just
the first.
Opened my eyes to that combo. The grenade into the barrage. It's enough damage to confirm a 2,000 HP target for sure. Like the Shaolin. Here comes the Dragon Punch for the umpteenth time. This game, Cacanuck gets taken out. Perfect execution. Doesn't even get the overtime started.
And that's the value of Victor, too. I mean, I think you see the Ultimates really won those fights a lot more. And when you pick up Grok on these wider maps, there's not as much access when the team splits up to use the Maelstrom, the legendary that they're running.
Yeah.
I think that maybe you lose some of the value because you don't get the straight healing. Right. But then you just don't. He doesn't have the best ultimate.
Eager was super spread that game. You're right. Maelstrom Grok was not really the thing to kind of bust up the clump that wasn't there.
Right. And despite him doing a lot of damage, I mean, listen, Tooney, 55K, coming in higher than Bitey on the Victor, which is, saying it does do damage. But I just think
Bitey was under a lot of pressure that game. He died 9 times.
Yeah.
For sure. So you look at Stolzey, right? Less deaths, 7 on him for 103K, and even less still on Shadey. Only 5 deaths, 83K on him. He was able to do a lot of just kind of free roaming in the back, playing the Cassie almost sort of flanky style.
tinyFetus as well, 10 deaths most out of anyone in this
he
game.
Just kept getting Dragon Punch. Nothing really he could do about that.
Yeah, he was a prime target, and that's probably why Stolzey got so much damage in that game. Just hit Makoa easy 8 times for a perfect, however much health he has. So Jaguar Falls, that'll be the next map. This is up to Panda Global now to change the dynamic here. They've shown that they want to change things up coming out from week 1 into week 2, but I don't know if they'll continue with that change because it didn't work in game 1.
Yep, the point stack might be a little bit more easy to commit to on Jaguar. It's much more closed in. Stone Keep. So we'll see less of the picks like the Cassie, I don't think, as much on this map. The Victor we might still see depending on how the draft goes, but first pick Torvald for Eager. They love this pick. Always have, probably always will. Yeah,
that's a first pick. I mean, Torvald right now, you can pretty much say he is the NA first pick across both the top teams and 2 top sets here. At least that's how they're playing it. Makoa drafted up. Drogos followed along with as well. Now, will we see the Tyra? That's the question. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that Tyra works well on this map. She could be protected. You already have the Torvald to bubble her because she's got no mobility. So will we see that come out? I don't expect that to be anything but a last pick, part of the last 2.
I think it's probably better than Victor on this map, just because Victor, the Firebomb is just so much better than what Victor brings to just denying a point. Victor brings just straight damage to it.
Right.
The grenade is kind of hard to work in there because it does bounce off the shields, whereas the fire, it'll bounce off the shields, but the flames will still kind of spill under them and be effective. Androxus, though, will be probably going to Stolzey, so I don't know if we'll see anyone else playing Tyra at this stage.
Right.
Stolzey is the old school Counter-Strike player, so he would likely be the one to play it if Eager were taking it.
Now, I don't mind the pit, but I just feel that the range is slowly, it's in a different spot. Like, because they have last pick, I feel okay with Panda Global's draft thus far, but I think they're the ones who could maybe use a Tyra more than Team Eager. They need that Haven damage. They need that Shaolin. They need that, maybe that Victor, maybe that Tyra, I think, to really be able to compete with the DPS right now. They're going to have probably Stolzey on Androxus, and that's somebody that they're just going to need a box. And I don't see anyone who can consistently do that here on this team.
I think I would have rather seen Panda Global take Maldamba and save. If they wanted the pip, they could have saved it to see if they still wanted it after that last pick. But they do take the Shaolin because you pick that up early, and Eager just continue to spread out their draft. They take a Cassie, who's even more mobile. They're going to be very spread out. It's just going to be those 3 targets. You look at an Evil Mojo. It's not the prime thing to take against a Torvald because he keeps his personal shield. That's all that Eager have got in terms of frontline. They've got the solo Grok, or not the solo Grok support, but he will be kind of pseudo frontlining, pseudo supporting here with Wi-Fi on his field study Torvald. Stolzey taking the God Slayer.
I love it. Yes, Stolzey. I was thinking about this today. I know. I'm like, this could be a really good talent or legendary. I don't know why people aren't saying this. 800 damage anytime he decides to reversal. That could clean up a lot of kills. We'll have to follow along with him on that one, man.
Lifelike for Awry. Very excited to see that one. Totemic Ward for Bitey's Grok. So they're going to be immune to things like the Dread Servant, like the Evil Mojo here. So this pip pick, I don't know if it's going to work out at all. Exaction for ShadeeyShades Cassie.
And we will have Ripened Gourd for the Maldamba. Catalyst for Pip, Desert Shadow for Shaolin, Cacanuck, Worm Jets, and tinyFetus will be running Pluck as usual. Both teams not really having a big fight yet, but really, really interesting to see these interactions. Stolzey already not following along with him, but already doing damage onto tinyFetus. He is running the reversal card, so it'll be interesting to see Cacanuck just speeding around the backside. And I love this maneuvering here. He's going to be able to get to these fights, but will he be able to get the kills off? stolzey doesn't have any cooldowns yet, and because he has given up, oh, look at that healing.
Look at that.
Whoa.
My God.
Ying and Grok with this totem. Oh my God.
Yeah, see, oh, here comes stolzey for the assistance and just running the probably the old style loadout.
Yeah.
We can take a look at that Androx's loadout real quick. Yeah, so the power of the Abyss 4, so hitting those guaranteed reversals will reset the cooldown of his nether step. Here comes Torvald holding it down. Makoa shell spinning, but will die. Overtime already come through. Oh, this could be big. Doesn't hit. That would have been absolutely colossal. 800 base plus whatever he captured from the salvo. ShadeeyShades, just it feels like there's always someone to win this team fight. Someone's always in a good position to find kills on Eager.
Z1 Unknown found stolzey. That was the answer they needed. Panda Global. That's why they picked up that Shaolin. But this totem from Bitey is just doing work, man. This is the healing that he's been dreaming of. Gets picked up actually by tinyFetus with the hook. Bitey still alive. And oh boy, double kill for him.
Shock Pulse Grok. I mean, Bitey loves it. 2,700 HP, so pretty tanky. Can kind of be that pseudo front line, holding it down with Torvald, especially with the Torvald just bubbling him constantly. Grok can absolutely hold down a front line against a team that's on the back foot. They only have the solo frontliner as well. And Grok, with that damage boost, he does over 1,000 damage per second with his lightning staff, so definitely nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, I absolutely love the ability here that Grok is displaying with this legendary that allows him that CC immunity, allows him the extra 20% healing, which is nothing to scoff at, Nick. I think it's 540 base now that does, plus the 20%. It's going to be quite a bit that he's actually healing his teammates up. He's got Healing Rain in there. We could actually take a look at the Grok loadout just to see kind of what cards he's running to supplement this totemic ward when we do get a chance. And he does have Healing Rain 3, so an extra 3% of their teammates' maximum health alive there as well, and increasing the range of it, but that's not going to save him from a Dragon Punch. Cacanuck hard countering that, although the Ghost Walk wasn't up, part of the reason why that was available.
So stolzey's running Seething Hatred 4, it looks like 2 seconds per shot. Will be shaved off of his reversal cooldown, so allowing him to leverage his legendary card as much as possible. He's going to be forced to back up, regroup with his team. Minute and 11 seconds remain here on the payload push. 2 ultimates for Panda Global, Evil Mojo, and the Dread Serpent here. Both of those could be negated in a nice wombo combo fashion by Bitey's totemic ward if he can time it properly.
stolzey here in the back line. He's got the reversal card. 2 seconds left on it as he goes back into the fight. Oh, hooked out by Makoa right as the reversal was going to pop, so no reset and no safety. He's playing a more dangerous game here, hoping for the payoff, but hasn't found it in the reversal exactly. And that will force Eager again back to regroup and wait. 30 seconds now on the clock for them. Panda Global doing a great job of holding thus far.
Slowly moving around the right flank on your screen here, and Eager moving around the left. So it's looking to spread out Panda Global. He'll force them to make a lot of decisions, force them to focus their attention somewhere. stolzey looks like he avoided the hook. Curse arm could come out here. The reversal is not ready to go, and he's punished once again by Z1 Unknown.
Very aggressive, too. I mean, stolzey just used the dashes and then dashed straight in to the fight. Pip trying to do all the healing that he can to help him and his team. While Damba's there for the main support, he's there for the damage and the ultimate and the slows, but so far so good. Tooney back on the Pip, and Panda Global back in the game. 1-1.
Item choices starting to come out here from Team Eager, getting held very strongly by Panda Global, not even breaking the base in that round. 4 ultimates for Team Eager. Cauterize 2's online for a lot of members, as well as the Resilience. So despite having the totemic ward Wi-Fi, it's going to look to lean a little bit on that in-game item counter to get out of those CCs, those Dread Serpents, which are available, those Evil Mojos, which is ready to go, the Ancient Rage, and the Dragon Punch as well. Z1 Unknown not far off with his Heat Haze, but the level 2 offensive items not yet coming through for Panda Global. ShadeeyShades is actually all fleshed out, has all 4 of his item slots filled.
Time to head into the point. Evil Mojo is ready. This is important. This fight could definitely lean on ultimates here. The Gore just keeping everyone safe and healthy. A good place to fight. Dragon Punch coming out from Cacanuck. After the burst is there, Wi-Fi. See you later. Now he's on to Bitey. Bitey, though, in the air, finding damage. Tried to finish him off, but Bitey takes down the Dragon, and Z1 Unknown falls thanks to stolzey, who falls right after. So all in all, Panda Global kind of come out the better of that trade, but don't have as much sustain now that I believe their Moldamba had to back off.
Wrecker coming through, gonna be able to punch with that shell shield. He's gonna be met with Z1 Unknown Shaolin. Wow. He needs to get the impale. The protection bubble is really good though. One more shot's gonna do it. Z1 Unknown goes down. Ancient Rage cleaving through. Bitey and Awry taken down at the same time by Cacanuck.
Oh, great hook there coming in from tinyFetus. Cacanuck gets 3 for his troubles. Can't find 4, but they decide to step right onto the point. I like it. They want to be aggressive, and here's where really I think the job of either the healer or the damage dealers needs to be here. You got to either aggress and let Makoa go, get those hooks, and set up the snowball for your team. But he's got to have somebody who's going to stay on the point with him to maximize what you've already done in this fight. He's popped kind of early by Z1 Unknown, but I like the choices there. He might be able to kill Bitey, and they actually do.
He's going to be taken down as well as he doesn't see Z1 Unknown. Nice and bail into the wall. Big plays from Z1 Unknown to really drive this team fight home for Panda Global. 81% for them, 75 Eager in control, but Panda Global looking to bully their way onto the point now.
Moldamba and Makoa both there. I would have liked to see Moldamba standing on that point with the Torvald. Don't know why he wasn't at least contesting that. You gave Eager 12% they didn't need to have. And now, if you lose this fight, it could be over. You missed one big shot there, but Tooney finds the kill that he wanted. stolzey goes down. I don't see this happening without that huge carry. Once ShadeeyShades falls in this fight after the protection bubble, if he does, it should be GG for Panda Global. They will take the 2-1 lead, and only Torvald remains Wi-Fi just to sit and duck.
Too much sustain there for ShadeeyShades to come out on top. He has a record. He didn't have the cauterized pressure. Missed hook, though. Not gonna lay the mark there. tinyFetus still holding down the front line alongside Tooney on the pips. Looking to get that Mojo charge back up as quick as possible. Already sitting back at 50%. We have not yet seen the totemic ward, the CC immunity from the Grog to really come into play.
And that has been kind of the problem with that, right? We haven't really seen the stolzey reversal damage come into play, but there's one. This could be the second. There's the double kill. Ton of damage coming from stolzey. He's trying to find the triple. Pressing W and making hot plays. stolzey back in action the way he likes to be, and with no fear, goes after 3 and gets all of them.
It looked like he wanted to start to retreat there a little bit, but then he's like, wait, that's not my motto. Turns around, hits the W. Also helps that tinyFetus was extremely low. Minute 38 remains here. Good look to find a good flank is going to be spotted out. Bitey is at least. Looks for a reversal across the way. Doesn't find it. 15 seconds on that cooldown. We'll reduce it. Here comes the Dragon Punch, but Cacanuck's actually getting poked out pretty low. Ghost Walk could come through here, and it's not going to land.
Great plays by Eager. You force him into 1,400 health. He starts taking damage. He realizes, ooh, I might die here. Let me delay my path a little bit, and that means I can wait to use my Ghost Walk, and that will last long enough to get out of the duration of the Dragon Punch, which is over time been reduced. Used to be a little longer. I believe it's at 4 seconds now. It was 5 or 6, and it was 5 now, so
that was a 5,000 damage reversal into that shell shield there. Wi-Fi getting poked out. Heat Haste has been popped. Looking for the final shot on a ShadeeyShades, but he's not going to be able to find it. Smidgen takes down Bitey. Awry trades with Cacanuck there. 533 HP. Needs to be careful here. The pip is going to come through, going to heal him up. Mending Spirits comes from afar as well. Evil Mojo, it's a good angle for it. See if Tooney goes into it.
Evil Mojo available. Doesn't need it. Just gonna jump up, heal his Moldamba. Both healers taking care of each other. He has cauterized, so no record. Gonna be a little harder for him to take down the Torvald than if he did have that shield busting item. But instead goes for the counter healing. Doesn't want Ying to be able to compete. And neither does the Grok, who went for, instead of the Maelstrom, very, very healing-oriented type of loadout that Bitey's experimenting with here. And it's, you know, it's not been the same type of Eager that we've seen on Stone Keep, where they're kind of just, you know, taking these huge leads and really being unstoppable. In fact, Panda Global, they've been able to make this happen.
There's a totemic ward payoff there. Actually immunes the Dredge Anchor because he was CC immune, so Drybear, you can rest easy. Your legendary has done something. There comes another totem. It's going to get a lot of healing out. The Healing Rain 3 really starting to come through, as well as totemic ward. Shock Pulse, it's going to get off. But it's not going to be enough to save Bitey. 2 for 2, make it 3 for 2, and the Team Eager defense holds strong despite Z1 Unknown and Cacanuck being there, still finding kills.
Great job for them looking at the usage of that totemic ward, which we said, you know, hasn't really found the value yet, but finds the value at the end with Makoa countering, not allowing anyone in there to be affected by CC coming from outside of it. So very, very niche, but very, very exciting effect that we've seen Bitey pull off here.
High payoff. Hard to do though, hard to react in time with the totemic ward. It's a long cooldown, so it might not even be up when it needs to be. Panda Global here starting to get their late game offense on, has the Cauterize 3 with Tooney as well as his ultimate. Every ultimate, again, available for Panda Global, except for Heat Haze.
stolzey, he's got that accursed arm as well. He's got the reversal card. He's actually just leading the charge here, going around the back. He wants to find one. There it is. He finds 3 shots in a row. Looks for the reversal. 2,100 damage. Thanks to the 800 that was added on top of that. That card has a lot of high payoff here. Another one. stolzey with 3 in that fight, it looked like. But all 5 essentially go down on the side of Panda Global. stolzey just showing that reversal card, that legendary, off to his teammates.
800 is a really good place to start here. Cursed Arm comes out just for Z1 Unknown, as well as getting the damage amp from Field Study here. Another big reversal come through. 2,100 damage. Finds Smidgen. stolzey continues to hold W. Has another step if he wants it. Gets aggressive here. One more charge will do it. It's going to find Cacanuck. ShadeeyShades comes around and starts to clean up the mess.
And there's Z1 Unknown just backing up, praying for a chance to get back to his base, but stolzey's not letting him out, and neither is ShadeeyShades, both there. And it's just the B coming out, maybe for bad hold, B for just some incredible badass plays coming out from the side of Eager here, who kind of had some questionable moments, but to get 2,500 damage from that reversal helps to take down Makoa.
It's going to be so good. ShadeeyShades finds another 2 kills. So this hold from Eager is so aggressive. ShadeeyShades needs to go down here, but Bitey fighting from different angles. The solo ultimate just to try and stabilize. They don't even get him. ShadeeyShades heals back up. Huge life rip coming through off the dodge roll. Oh my god. Eager are holding Panda Global in their spawn. 2-3 members against 5 right now.
And so the real question about this is, was Z1 Unknown going into the pause? You know, someone's has to DC, right? I mean, you're not, or had some connection issues. It's actually against the rules to combat pause like that for no reason. He's got to have like a DC thing. I checked on this as well because I was kind of just like, there's a lot of combat pauses happening, and either, you know, in our rules it's kind of basically stated that you need to be having some type of malfunction before, or just not fighting before, right, to make sure that you're able to, you know, basically not give yourself or the enemy team a disadvantage or an advantage either way.
You can't take a tactical timeout in the middle of a fight.
Exactly. That's the long story short on that one. So we will assume that they had maybe some connectivity issues, and maybe, you know, they're just trying to figure that out. It would make sense. They didn't come out of base. They weren't really seeming coherent. But again, that was kind of off the huge zone coming out from Eager.
Maybe. It's kind of a snowbally fight there from Eager. They just kept the pressure on it. I think there was more members of Eager there than Panda Global was building on, because they kept walking out, trying to kill stolzey, and then ShadeeyShades finds 2 kills. They come out solo ult ShadeeyShades, but Bitey's there to find 2 kills. This reversal is just going to be the base 800, but there's a nice headshot. On Makoa goes immediately into the accursed arms. You want to know, needs one more shot to take him out, but he's going to miss. stolzey, will he live?
Love the delay, falling a little bit. Pressing space when playing Androxus will allow you to kind of hover here, but you can let it go and kind of alternate your hovering pattern so it's not as easy to hit you. Still gets the kill onto stolzey, but very, very good plays. Almost allowed him to survive and fall back down to the ground with safety there. Panda Global have found a bit of respite. Maybe, again, this is because they've got their everything working for them on their end, and might have had some issues that have been resolved. But either way, they've stabilized for now. Eager still looking strong, and those shock bolts is doing damage.
Bitey is entirely separated from his team right now. He's going to need some help, and soon stolzey finds one. Brief respite. It looks like Bitey's just in a position to clean this up, but Z1 Unknown puts a big plan into his face. stolzey finds another kill. ShadeeyShades finds one. Eager are cashing in on all of their carries right now, finding the big picks to take game number 2 in the set.
It's payday for Eager, and they just went and claimed their prize. And obviously, looking at the scores, you probably won't see anything different, Nick. It's Eager just all the way coming through, a ton of damage coming out from some of the biggest reversals I think I've ever seen from Androxus, and also some really cool kind of moments with the totem legendary really shining there. It has those glittery effects too, which I kind of like.
It does, to indicate the CC immunity that you do receive from stepping in. You know, a lot of those reversals, you know, maybe they're just not conditioned to playing against it. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that, but you know, the 800 base is such a good starting point. You know,
yeah.
you catch just a couple of things, it's going to put you up close enough to where the one follow-up shot after your reversal is going to result in a kill. You know, stolzey in a lot of cases just finding the 2,000 plus damage reversals to just kill outright.
Honestly, I'm looking at like ShadeeyShades right now and the performances he's been having as of late, and we'll see if this sticks throughout the game. But he's like my Steve Kerr right now. He's like, he's like my man Dennis Rodman, right, on the Bulls, the '96 Bulls, where you had Scottie Pippen, you had Michael Jordan. I feel like that's stolzey and Bitey coming in, the two best buddies, the 1-2 combo. But you still have that other guy, Dennis Rodman, that hard D, that thing that you're like, I don't want to deal with you too, that gives him such a balanced lineup. And ShadeeyShades, 95,000 damage here, top damage in the whole game on Cassie, who is just, you know, barely seen. And just anytime stolzey falls, anytime anyone on Eager falls, he picks up the slack. I love this play coming out from ShadeeyShades right now.
Such a quiet character you can do this with. She just, no fall off, just pokes from afar. You know, stolzey's out there in the front lines making a bunch of loud noise. His ultimate's super loud, man, makes him glow, and he flies in midair. Whereas ShadeeyShades is just popping off those 650 shots all day, every day. And he was player spotlight in week 1. Hey, I called him out. I love what you're doing, Shady.
Astral Authority versus Panda Global will be the next game. Panda Global will have a chance now to play against the toppest of top dogs. That is AA, and they will have to see if they can get a win here. So far, it's gone the same way as Europe did. The two top teams beating the two bottom teams, but now they're going to switch up. They're going to have to see if AGG is going to have a better performance against Eager at the end of the day, and if Panda will be able to stop Astral Authority in their steamrolling tracks. Coming up after this break, man.
Love to see. Stay tuned.